up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the G Perspective. I am your host, George Michael Perez, aka GMike. Y'all already know what it is, baby. Man, this episode that I got for you guys is a great one. Great energy, great chemistry, and it was only the first episode we've ever done together with my boy Richard Moss from school, from Full Sail University. He's in the same program as I am, the sportscasting, the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting, I'm sorry. And it was great overall. Straight NBA talk. Went on for at least 35, 40 minutes. Freaking amazing. I'm excited to show you guys this. Hopefully you guys are excited as me. But real quick, you guys know where you can follow me on Twitter at GMike Perez, IG, TikTok, and YouTube under GMike Media _. And then the podcast itself, the audio version, is under the G Perspective on all podcast platforms. Hope you guys enjoy this one like I did, and hopefully you guys are tuning in to the other shows. And please, please, please subscribe and leave some comments. Appreciate y'all. My boy Richard Moss, how you doing, my man?
Hey, what's up, G Money? What's good with you, bro?
What's good with you, man? Everything good?
Everything is blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I've been waiting to get on here. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing you on, Instagram, and you got everybody. I guess I say, you know what? I gotta be on G Money show. You know what I'm saying? Have to.
Yeah, I mean, like the people that I've had on, honestly, like they just came up to me and they're like, "Yo, I want to be on the show" and stuff like that. I'm like, "Oh yeah, for sure," because like I feel like if I do like an invite to come on the show and it's like forced, I don't want someone to feel like, "Oh yeah, I guess I'll do it." This and that. Like I want them to be as excited as I am to come on the show.
Listen, I'm excited. Don't nobody love NBA basketball more than me. Okay, nobody.
Yeah, I know your vibes for sure. You love NBA basketball.
That's a fact. Love it.
Talking about NBA basketball, man, you seen that new rule? Seen that new rule that the NBA regulated?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be a little bit of a game changer. But what I will say about this G Money is what I like is like how we've kind of seen like the NBA, you know what I'm saying, progress a little bit. Obviously, when it first comes, people are gonna hate it. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Just like when they stopped hand checking, you know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how many the OGs and the old head hand checking. Blah, 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 blah. All right, relax. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's gonna be terrible. Like when it first is in place, but I feel like as the years go by and as it, you know what I'm saying, people just get used to it. You adapt. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do as humans. But an extra free throw,
that's a game changer for real.
That is a real game changer because now you really have to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you Draymond Green and it's a bad pass and it's a stick, you gotta make that decision. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You really have to make that decision. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually surprised that, you know what I'm saying? To me, I would say if they were, instead of the extra free throw, if they were really trying to deter that, that type of transition foul, I would say, now it's going to sound crazy when I say it, but I would say, assess a technical for that, or, I'm saying something like that if you want to deter people, because that's what I think really the rule is to deter those type of fouls, in transition and stuff like that. I would say just assess a technical. An extra free throw is kind of, but then you do get an extra free throw. Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. Then you do get an extra free throw.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish your thought. I was like, all right, go ahead. He going in. Let him go in.
Wow. Well, then, okay. Then that's what it is, man. Extra free throw it up.
Yeah, just real quick for the fans don't know that we're talking about. So the NBA basically changed up the transition foul rule. A transition foul is when a player is going down court and he has basically an open court to go and score a basket, and the defensive player stops him, fouls him, so they could stop the ball, and nothing really happens after that. It's just basically like a little timeout. So now the NBA is basically changing it. It's like, all right, if you're going to do that, we're going to give the offensive player one free throw and the ball back, right? Mm-hmm. So going off of what you're saying on how basically it's a technical free throw and stuff, right? I think it's gonna be good for the NBA because it's gonna make players force them to get back on defense, and they're gonna have to be intelligent. It's like, all right, let's say there's like 10 seconds left on the clock. They're down by
Mm-hmm.
one. They go down court, and they're like, damn, should I do the transition foul? Should I foul him? Should I not? Because he's gonna get this one free throw, and they're gonna get the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
Or do I just gotta play tight defense or try to get a steal? You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. Well, if I'm not mistaken, G Money, if you could explain it to me, what's the difference between a clear path foul? Because isn't a clear path foul a shot and the ball, or is it just a shot? I honestly can't remember.
I think the clear. Correct me if I'm wrong, you or the fans out there in the comments. I think a
Yeah.
clear path foul is basically when it's the same exact thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the offensive player, all they do is get the ball back. They don't get no foul. I don't because it's not a shooting foul, so they don't go to the free
Mm-hmm.
throw and shoot shots. I think they just get the ball half court and they basically rerun their offense. So I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to, how you said, a deterrent. Because I
Mm-hmm.
think the transition and the clear path are the same thing. I would think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
So yeah, you being, I think you're right. They're just trying to deter the fact, like,
Mhm.
oh, let's stop this from happening and make the game
Yeah,
a little more exciting, I guess.
got you. That listen again. I'm with whatever gives me, a better product, on the court and stuff like that. And I agree with you. I mean, it is a bit of a bailout, if you want to call it. If there's a bad pass and two players are in transition, I can just hack one. Boom,
Hmm.
they just get the ball at half court, give us a chance to set up our defense. That's just kind of lazy. You know what I'm saying? You should get what's the word, you should pay for that mistake. You made a bad, a
Yeah,
bad pass. You mishandled the ball. It then listen, let them go, go do something. So I definitely agree with that. Whatever it takes for the NBA to put a better product on the court, I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
yeah. I think for sure it'll be way better for the game, especially late in the game when players are
Mm-hmm.
tired and stuff. They do mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
turnovers. Next thing you know, the other team's taking it down court, trying to get a quick
That's a
bucket.
fact.
So I think it's gonna be good for the game, 100%.
Yeah,
Um,
listen, most definitely, most definitely.
yeah. So right now, the other thing that's going on, man, whew,
Mm-hmm.
the Jazz talking about how they. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
the Utah Jazz saying that they're not gonna look at any trades of Donovan Mitchell's before. Did you believe that?
Not one bit, G Money.
Right.
Because this is what I'm saying, right? It makes no sense. So, let me just give y'all a little tidbit. So, I actually have a pretty good connection to the Utah Jazz. So,
Nice.
excuse me, not my best friend, but my old barber when I was in the army and I was stationed in Texas. He went to high school with Royce O'Neal. They grew up together. They're best friends. Went to Baylor. I can't tell you how many. When I got back from Afghanistan, we went to like every Baylor game and stuff when Royce played there. And what I'm saying? So he knows him. And then, now he works for the Jazz, my barber and stuff like that, cuts off, everybody up, Jordan Clarkson, Donovan and stuff. And
That's
he told me,
fire.
and I was like, once I saw, the Royce O'Neal trade, because like I said, that just came out of nowhere. Like
Hmm.
I didn't even know anything. Like I just seen Royce O'Neal to the Brooklyn Nets. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, excuse me, what's going on? And so I hit him. I
You
said,
good?
yo,
You
bro.
good? You good, curse?
I said, dang, bro. I said, yo, what's going on with the Jazz or whatever? He was like, bruh, it's about to get crazy. I said, for real? So I didn't believe that at all because they traded Royce O'Neal, they traded Ingles. Like then
Hmm.
obviously the Gobert trade happened, and Donovan Mitchell is literally the only thing I could think of was that picture of Will Smith when he came back and the house was empty and he was just standing there from the Fresh Prince.
Hands in
It's
his
like,
pockets.
yeah, exactly. That's what Donovan Mitchell was looking at because he's like, who else is left? Bogdan. Like, come on now, that it makes no sense. So the Jazz, I don't think they were fooling anybody. I think they were
Hmm.
just saying it initially because Donovan didn't. It wasn't like Donovan requested a trade, and from everything that I've read, Donovan was cool with being in Utah. You know what I'm saying, and them saying they're going to build around him. And obviously he had some, friction with Rudy, but now Rudy's gone. So it really and clearly is Donovan's team. There's no other person that's going to battle him for that. And they got rid of the coach, got a new coach. So to me, all their actions screamed, we're going to rebuild. It didn't scream, we're going to retool. So I knew it was just a matter of time. I think the Jazz are waiting for that offer because, first off, that Rudy Gobert trade is ridiculous. Okay, that set a new standard of that's what Rudy Gobert got. Oh, it makes it damn near impossible to trade like a Kevin Durant or Donovan Mitchell or even a Kyrie Irving, because if Rudy Gobert commanded that, you know what I'm saying? What are these other players going to command? Is unthinkable, honestly.
Yeah, bro. No, bro, you're hitting it right on the head because Rudy Gobert got traded basically for 3 players and 4 first-round picks in the future. It's insane.
And insane. And their first-round pick from this year too. So it's like it's 4 players. It's almost 4 players. The number 22nd pick. I can't remember his name right now, but like what? First off, GMike, what are you thinking as the Timberwolves? Like, do you even think that was smart on the Timberwolves' part?
So in the beginning, I told myself the same thing. I'm like, bro, why are they gonna bring in a offensive weakness weapon and a defensive only rim protector anchor to come and help them out when basically the Timberwolves already have a big man really does everything, honestly, right now. But then I looked at the stats, right? And the Timberwolves were number 1 in scoring last year. They had no problem in scoring. And obviously, Rudy does not bring that to the table. The fucking scoring. He probably averages like 15 points per game, which is fucking terrible. And then defensively, Minnesota was 22nd in the league. So their defense was pretty horrible compared to other teams over there. So I was like, okay, so you're going to put Rudy in the paint. Anything that comes in the paint, Rudy's going to protect. I'll give him that. He's nasty as hell on that. And then on offense, you don't really have to worry about getting him the ball. All you got to worry about is him doing his his defensive job. And the offense is going to take care of itself with Anthony Edwards and Cat. So now I see why the trade makes sense, but I was on the same boat with you, bro. I was like, why the hell they trading for another big man? Get the Twin Towers out there, and you're in the Western Conference, deep. You're not gonna really get past Golden State. Hopefully, a new look Lakers, Phoenix Suns. They're coming for revenge after that terrible Game 7 against Dallas. Like, I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough for them.
And you know what? I kind of was in the same boat as you, and then I really sat down and thought about it. Right? You're absolutely right. Everything that Cat lacks defensively, you know what I'm saying? Rudy Gobert is exceptional in, and obviously Cat is way more offensively skilled and can do more than Rudy will ever dream of. So I got that. So both of them on the court at the same time, I like it. My only issue though, G Money, is when it comes to the playoffs, right? We know how playoff basketball is, man. The game is slowed down. You have to make adjustments and things. To me, I remember, not that I'm not too old. I remember just this past season where Rudy Gobert was virtually unplayable in the fourth quarter. They would just put him in the high pick and roll, you know what I'm saying, at the top of the key. He can't guard anyone on the perimeter. He's an exceptional shot blocker, great rim protector. But when it comes to the perimeter on that pick and roll, they're going to eat him up. And he's not a great free throw shooter, in my opinion. At least Cat can give you 80-85% from the free throw line, can give you 35% from the 3-point line. So you can have him out there in the fourth quarter. But Rudy, to me, it's just and then not only that, what you gave up for him and the money he's getting paid, you won't be able to play him in the fourth quarter. To me, it's just I don't know, Minnesota. To tell you the truth, I would have preferred, you know what I'm saying? And I know I love this move for Dallas, but I think this is a very underrated move. If, let's say, the Timberwolves would have went out and got a Christian Wood and paired him with Cat, you know what I'm saying? Get somebody, or maybe a JaVale McGee or something. You could have got that same thing. Shit, even I wouldn't say DeAndre Ayton, because him and Cat are they're more so offensively. But like one of those other big men that one wouldn't have cost you as much. You didn't have to give up your future. And two, you know what I'm saying? They could have just came to you. Well, excuse me, not Christian Wood. You had a trade. JaVale could have came to you because he was a free agent. But I just don't, you can't play Rudy Gobert in the fourth quarter. And that's terrible, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Minnesota is looking to win now, and they're
That's true. That's true.
basically trying to, I would say, build around Anthony Edwards, even though Cat is the main guy right now. But
true.
Still, Anthony Edwards, bro, he's a nasty player, and he's
a dog.
Yeah, he's gonna be his third year in the league. Like he got promise for sure.
Oh, for sure. That's why, if I'm gonna be honest, I think that's why you answered your own question, because we know what Cat is, right? Let's be honest. Cat is not, he's not that nasty, guy that's gonna, what I'm saying? He can play, but he don't got that dog in him, in my opinion, like Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards got that dog in him, and you see that he wants it. You know what I'm saying? You see that he wants it. My only trepidation is that I hope Minnesota can get it together and learn from their past transgressions with like Kevin Garnett and stuff. Kevin Garnett was in Minnesota for years, wanted to prove his loyalty, and they never put nothing around him, just like LeBron, the first stint in Cleveland. And my thing is like, I hope that this can be something for the future where Minnesota says, look, we have a great young star, promising player. Let's do everything we can to put stuff around him. So because, who's to say that, after his rookie contract is up, he might not want to, skedaddle or resign and be like, nah, man, I ain't even, what I'm saying, trying to be in Minnesota. So hopefully Minnesota, can handle this one well, because I like Anthony Edwards. I like him.
Yeah, I mean, and bro, they're a good team. We saw them against the Memphis Grizzlies. They're a good team. They know how to play. They got the chemistry at least rolling for now. Hopefully, it continues to grow. So they have a lot of promise for the future.
They definitely do, and they need to stop blowing 20-point plus leads, okay, in the game. All right, because let's be honest, G-Money, they really should have beat Memphis last year. They really should have. They had control of that series and they let it slip away, but. You know what I'm saying? Listen, shout out to Minnesota, man.
Yeah, man. Nah, hey, they brought in some defensive help. Hopefully it plans out for them, man. Because if not, like you said, it's going to be a liability on the perimeter defense.
Yes, it is, man. I'm putting him in the pick and roll, especially like imagine if they play a team like Golden State or something. They play. Come on now, Steph Curry's going to eat Rudy Gobert up. You know what I'm saying? Like a French croissant. Okay, French croissant. Steph Curry gonna put him in a blender. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. But just sticking with the whole Donovan Mitchell trade talks, right? So there's several teams out there that are looking at him. I heard of Dallas. I heard Miami. I've actually heard like a little rumor or something about the Nets too. But with the Nets is like, you don't really know. Yeah. But right now, there's official talks and discussions and trade talks already with the New York Knicks, his hometown. You think the New York Knicks will actually pull a trigger and finally do some amazing trade for all these years that they haven't done crap?
If I'm gonna be honest with you, G Money, probably. But if in the grand scheme of things, to me, personally, it does nothing for New York. The only thing that they're gonna do, honestly, is they're gonna make the playoff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I'm just saying, look at that backcourt, because I know I think you and I are very connected when it comes to like reports and stuff, and we read a lot. But I know a lot of the stuff that I've read, that if the Knicks were to trade for Donovan Mitchell, that it seems like RJ Barrett would be a piece that would be in that trade. And you send Donovan to the Knicks. I'm just thinking a backcourt of Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson. Very small, very undersized,
no defense.
Yeah, exactly. I what I'm saying, not defense is neither one of their specialties. They're going to score a lot of points, but defense is not their specialty. My thing is, I'm looking at, maybe a top 5 seed in the East, and I'm looking at a first round exit. Maybe might get to the second round, depending on who you match up against. Like if you maybe get in Atlanta, maybe they could, kind of battle Atlanta and stuff like that. I really love Atlanta's backcourt. For real, that DeJounte Murray move was crazy. But with the Knicks, it's like okay, they're going to give that up. Now they do have the assets though, because from what I read, the Knicks have 8 tradable first round assets, which is good for them. I'm pretty sure that would interest the Jazz. But a backcourt of Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell, I like it for the Knicks. But to me, it doesn't make them a championship contention, in my opinion.
No, yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough for sure.
Yeah,
And especially,
I know.
like, let's say Julius Randle goes back to how he played a few years ago and had that All-Star
Hmm.
season and was basically almost dropping 30 points per game.
That's a fact. Yeah.
If he comes back and starts playing like that, maybe I'll consider them top 5 in the East, in the coming
Hmm.
playoffs. But even then, I don't think that they would have the experience together. I don't think that they will have the
True.
chemistry together to get them over the hump over Boston, Milwaukee,
Yeah. That's a
Miami,
fact. That's a fact.
Philly. So it's like for them, I agree with you. It's not going to really do much, but it's
Mhm.
going to be great for the city. If they get Donovan Mitchell, it's
Oh
going
yeah,
to be
for
great for
sure.
the city, great for the fans. They're going to love it for sure. I'm in a group
Mm.
chat with, because I do fantasy basketball with a
Yeah.
few New York Knicks fans,
Hmm.
and some of us are Miami Heat fans. So it's like the rivalry right there. But no,
That's a
they're
fact.
excited for it. Hopefully it does go down. But, I would like to see
Well,
Mitchell in Miami too.
yeah, no, that's a fact. And another thing that I don't think a lot of people are looking at, if Donovan does go to the New York Knicks, what is his and Tibbs' relationship going to be? You know what I'm saying? Because, we've heard from over the years, Tibbs rides his stars pretty hard. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like that's what he does. So, will Donovan Mitchell be accepting to that? Will Jalen Brunson be accepting to that? I think, at the end of the day, players want to win. But like I said, that relationship with your head coach is very important. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're the
Yeah.
star of the team. We know the players run the league. So if Donovan, shows any inclination like, me and Tibbs are not on the same page, I mean, Tibbs could be out, honestly. That's how it works in the NBA, G Money.
Yeah,
But
man.
but speaking of Miami with Donovan Mitchell, now we know obviously your boy D Wade is a part owner of the Utah Jazz, but has heavy Miami ties. Heavy Miami ties. I mean, would you like to see Donovan Mitchell in Miami? And how do you feel about what it would cost you guys to get him in Miami?
Yeah, so I would love to see him in Miami for sure.
Hmm.
But I think priority right now is Pat Riley's trying to catch a big whale in Kevin Durant. I think he's trying to
Yeah.
get Kevin Durant to come over here. I think it's going to be highly
Hmm.
unlikely that we get Kevin Durant. I think, like you said in the beginning, I think it's highly unlikely that the Nets trade him off just because they
That's a
want so
fact.
much crap, you know?
That's a fact.
But just sticking with Mitchell, if we do get him, I believe it would be the cost of Tyler Hero,
Hmm.
Duncan
Yeah.
Robinson, maybe another player like Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, or Caleb Martin. I think that's why we re-signed him to use him as trade value. Or if not, we
Hmm.
keep him. He's actually a good player. And then
Yeah. Solid player.
a few picks. I think that's what it's going to cost us. I
Hmm.
don't think. I don't really think it's gonna happen either. I think it's
Hmm.
more likely that Donovan does go to New York,
Yeah.
especially that New
Yeah.
York, they wanna be back in the playoffs. They got that taste
That's a
last
fact.
year, and they're like,
Hmm.
"Yo, we want that energy back in the city." So we're gonna try and make a big move and bring him back. And I agree with you. I think they would go to the playoffs with Donovan Mitchell. I
Yeah.
just don't think that they would be top 5. I think they'll be like 6 through
No.
play-in tournament. You know?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the East is not a cakewalk anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. And back to your Miami point. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm think you're looking at. Honestly, I would say Hero, probably Hero, Struce, and maybe Oladipo. I think, in my opinion, that's what I
Yeah.
think. I would probably offer if I was Pat Riley. I would say Oladipo, Hero, and Struce. I think that's fair. Maybe a pick. You know what I'm saying? But I think that would be fair. Maybe a pick or two. Those 3 players. I look because I like Duncan Robinson personally. I really like Duncan Robinson. He's a exceptional shooter. He's like JJ Redick, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
1.5. He ain't 2.0 yet, but he's definitely 1.5 because I love JJ Redick. You know me. I love JJ. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think Donovan in Miami, I think will be really good for you. I think that core of Bam, Jimmy, and Donovan would be good. Obviously you'd have to fill out a couple, roster spots because you'll lose some players. But again, Pat Riley, and Eric Spoelstra and those guys, Mickey, they're an exceptional first class organization. So I know that they would they would definitely fill it out. So yeah, if you guys got Donovan, I'm definitely I got you guys. You know what I'm saying? Top 3 in the East for sure. I mean, you, Milwaukee, and Boston, or maybe Philly. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I think that would be good for Miami. I know Tyler Hero wouldn't like it as much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be out of there.
That's to say, I don't think when you go from Miami to Utah,
Especially with his girl, bro. His girl's basically born and raised in Miami. She ain't gonna want to leave, man.
At all, bro. At all, man. That's crazy.
And he got a second baby on the way. She's gonna be like, "What? I'm gonna take 2 of my children to Utah, and my whole family's here." Negative.
Nobody wants to go to Utah. Man. Nobody wants to go to Utah. Man. I got a question, G Money. Let me add something. I know it's a little off topic, right? But
go ahead.
The NBA is always about expanding and expansion, right? Mm-hmm. And I've been saying, like, I think the NBA could add 2 more teams to the NBA, right? And I'm thinking, what cities could they add? And I'm thinking first city, right? Seattle. You already had a team.
Has to be.
Already had a team there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just bring it back. It already has a low-key fan base in Seattle. And you already know Seattle fans, they love anything. They love the Seahawks. They love Washington. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Because they ain't shit to do over
there. Exactly. Boom. So bring Seattle back. And then I'm thinking Vegas as well. Vegas already has a football team, WNBA team, hockey team. Why not bring an NBA team there? But now you add in 2 teams to the West. I think you would have to move 2 teams over to the East. So my thing is Memphis for sure, because just geographically, Memphis should be in the Eastern Conference, just geographically.
Facts. Yeah, facts.
And then the next 2 that I think you would have to have a discussion on is Minnesota and New Orleans, which one you would want to put in the East. And I'm kind of leaning more towards New Orleans just because I like that team and stuff like that. Keep Minnesota in the West because I'm thinking like up north, Midwest type stuff. So, yeah, so bring 2 teams, 1 in Seattle, 1 in Vegas, and then just move Memphis and New Orleans to the Eastern Conference. How you like that?
Dude, like, I don't even have to answer the question. You answered it for yourself because, for real, though, facts. Like, number 1, it's got to be Seattle because Seattle had the team already and their fans are ready for it. They've been praying for the NBA to do an expansion already.
And I want to bring those jerseys back, too.
Oof, those fire green and yellow ones, boy.
Some jerseys are fire.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yep. Facts. And then Vegas is another basically hit or miss, man. It's just Vegas has all this money and people go to Vegas all the damn time. There's so much tourism over there, and then obviously people live there, you know. But Vegas it'll be great for them, and especially now with the summer league every single year has gone up in ratings. Now it's even on ESPN basically every day, every night there's a game on ESPN or 2 games on ESPN. So that's how you know the summer league is really coming up. So imagine if they actually put an NBA team there.
That would be. And then can you imagine All-Star Weekend in Vegas?
Jeez,
bruh. That's crazy.
We out there.
Oh, listen, I'm going, bro. I'm going. Shit, I wish Royce was still on the Utah Jazz because the All-Star games is in Salt Lake City. I would definitely pull it up.
This year. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'd definitely pull it up. But yeah.
No, hopefully the NBA does go into that. Obviously, they'll make way more money if they do an expansion.
Of course.
It's just I guess it has to do with legal shit maybe that they haven't done it.
Probably.
I guess.
Probably. I don't know. Yeah, you know it's way more complex than you and I know. But all I know is I just want some more basketball. You know
if we gotta vote, we voting yes.
That's a fact, man. But my thing is though, right? If they did make the expansion team, how would they do the players that go there? Because I remember in NHL when Las Vegas got a team, wasn't it something, again, I'm not a big hockey fan, so y'all can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Like they were able to take like every team put out like a list, but there was like 2 players on every team that you couldn't touch, but you were able to touch anybody else, and you could get like 1 player from 1 team or something like that. Like I don't remember how it works exactly, but how you think they would do those rosters in the NBA if they were to expand?
Dude, that's actually a good idea. What you just said that they could take like
Mm-hmm.
at least like two players from each team. But
Mm-hmm.
if they don't do that, just off the top of my head right now,
Mm-hmm.
I would say maybe when they do the draft, they
Mm-hmm.
have a separate draft for the new expansion teams, and they
Mm-hmm.
select they okay. So you have like the whole NBA draft, right? Both new expansion teams, they're in the draft, but they only get one pick, just normally like everybody else
Mm-hmm.
would, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then another day you have a separate draft for both of those teams, and they
Mm-hmm.
pick the rest of their players and stuff.
Mm, okay.
You know, I,
Got you.
it would. I mean, the experience there will be super low. They will
Yeah.
not probably have a lot of veteran in the locker room and stuff like that. They will
Not at all.
suck for years, but after a
Correct. Yeah.
while, man, hey, people are gonna maybe want to sign with them. Like
That's a fact.
they're gonna have the most cap space at one point. I mean,
That's true. That's true. What? How would you feel about like if they were able, for example, right? Let's say a player has, 1 year left on their deal or whatever. So obviously, the team is going to have to make a decision whether they want to trade them at the trade deadline or whether they, just want to play it out. But the player could walk for nothing. Would you be cool with like if a player has 1 year left? Vegas or Seattle could maybe, let's say, offer the player, and then their current team, what I'm saying, either can match it or say, well, we can't do that, bada boom, and then trade them. How would you feel about that?
so you're speaking like on a player option.
Yeah,
Okay.
essentially, like if I have 1 year left, right? Again, the team, what I'm saying, this is my final year of my contract. So after this year, I'll technically be a free agent. What I'm saying is like the allow Seattle and Vegas to offer, like, hey, boom, come here, we got this thing for you, and then the team could be like, we can't match that, but almost like restricted free agency.
Yeah, I think the first few years, I think that would be a good idea. But then after that, I think it would just have to be that you gotta have a good GM, good front office, and they gotta start putting
That's
in their
true.
work because, like, you gotta give them a time limit, is what I'm saying.
That's a
Because
fact.
if you just let it happen for the rest of the time that the league is that the rest
Mhm.
of humanity is still on the earth, like I don't think it would be fair. But if you do it the first few years, yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
Okay. Yeah, in fact, I feel you on that one, man. Yeah, I would love it.
Yeah, no, but for sure they need to expand, man. They need to expand
That's a fact.
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
I love the NBA, man.
Facts,
I
man.
do.
And I know you love your Detroit Pistons too, boy.
That's a fact, right? You see it. Okay, you see it. All
So
right.
real
My
quick, you were
Pistons.
you were born and raised in Detroit?
No, I'm actually from New York. I was born and raised. I'm from
Oh,
Brooklyn.
okay, okay. How'd you
Yeah, I'm
become an
from New York.
Detroit fan?
So realistically, it was because of Larry Brown. So Larry Brown is my favorite coach of all time. Because Allen Iverson is my favorite player of all time. And obviously when they were with Philly, Larry Brown, they went to the finals. They lost to Kobe and Shaq, which is why I hate the Los Angeles Lakers. I forever hated the Los Angeles Lakers. So,
Oh
what
man.
I'm saying? Listen, RIP, but I was never a Kobe fan at all. I despised Kobe. I'm saying I don't even wear his shoes. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. RIP. You feel me? But so I love Larry Brown. But when, him and AI, when they were in Philly, I just never felt like a Philly fan. Like I just wasn't feeling it. But when he left Philly and went to Detroit, and he built that team, what I'm saying? Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, and really put that defensive core together. I mean, I fell in love, man. Obviously then in '04, we beat the Lakers, 4-1. It
Hmm.
would have been a sweep, but that boy Kobe Bryant, that man Kobe, right? I thought we was gonna sweep the Lakers, you feel me?
Man.
But 1-5, what I'm saying, got back to the finals next year, lost to the San Antonio Spurs, but in game seven. But exceptional. 6 straight Eastern Conference finals. I mean, I was just a fan, what I'm saying. I loved it. Now, obviously, since 2010, we've had some pretty tumultuous times,
Hmm.
believe it or not, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard being a Detroit fan. They even moved out of Palace to Auburn Hills, and now they're playing the Little Caesars Arena. As you can see, I'm right outside. So, so
Yep.
yeah. But I just love the Pistons, man. That's my squad, and it's crazy because. So let me just give you a little story. So my mother and them, when my mom and all my family came from Jamaica, and they were in New York. They was all Knicks fans, right? So when my
Mm.
mom and my mom's side of the family all moved down to Florida, like the late '90s, early 2000s, all of a sudden they all became Heat fans, right?
Love
So
it.
they're Heat fans and stuff like that, right? And then obviously, LeBron is playing and so this is what, 2013, right? It's
Mm.
2013, bro. I'm over in Kuwait. I'm chilling, what I'm saying, on a little deployment overseas in the Middle East. And I'm just chilling, right, in my office, not bothering nobody, nothing. My phone starts blowing up, like bing, bing, like alert after alert. So I look at my phone and it's my family group chat. And I open it. It's my mom sending pictures from the Miami Heat parade. She got her Dwayne Wade jersey on.
Oh
She
shit.
got she got like the little apple cider and stuff like that pouring. I said, why is my mom acting like this, man? You used to be a Knicks fan. You feel me? Now you a Heat, bro. I was upset a little bit because I'm like, damn, bro. They over there enjoying that. Wait, don't worry. When Detroit makes it, the G Money, I'm going, bro. I gotta go to a finals game, and
Got
if
to.
when we win, I gotta go to the parade, man, because
Yeah,
I
hell yeah.
have to. I have to.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was at that same parade your mom was at.
Yep. Yep.
100%.
Probably you probably seen her, G Money.
Yeah,
You probably
probably,
seen her.
probably.
Probably seen her, bro. That jump was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, Mom, how do you even know how to send pictures? Like, you know what I'm saying? She can't even use her iPhone correctly, but whatever. I'm saying it's cool.
Yeah, but you and I have something in common too, because when
Mm-hmm.
my mom came from Cuba when she was like 6 years old,
Mm-hmm.
she stayed in South Florida for a bit, but then my grandpa and my grandma, they went up to New York, and
Gotcha.
she basically was raised in New York for like 10 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So she was a big time Knicks fan, and then when she came
Gotcha.
down here, she didn't really watch basketball like that until basically I was born, and then I was always into
Gotcha.
sports when I was a kid. So I was just like playing basketball, playing
Mm-hmm.
football, playing baseball, whatever the hell it was. And then I started watching Heat basketball a lot when Dwayne Wade was drafted.
Yeah,
When
of
Wade
course.
was drafted, boy, I was just on that 24/7. And then she became a
Fact.
Heat fan too. So yeah,
Okay. Okay.
so
Yeah, man. That's tough, but yeah, don't worry. My Pistons will be back on top one day, man. We got a nice little young core that I like.
yes, you do. Yes, you do. With
Mm-hmm.
the fifth pick in the NBA draft, you guys selected Jaden Ivey, and
Mm-hmm.
boy, yeah, he's gonna
Yeah.
be a monster. How you feeling about him?
I I really like Jaden Ivey, in all honesty, and I was kind of scared the Kings were going to pick him. In all honesty, because
Yep.
remember we were sitting at 5 and the Kings were 4, and once I kind of already knew who the top three was going to be: Jabari Smith, um, Paulo, and Chet. So I already knew that. I just didn't know the order, and then I was like, so I'm looking like, okay, I like Jaden Ivey. You know what I'm saying? I like Jaden Ivey, and I also like Jalen Duren too, who we also ended up getting. Thank you New York Knicks.
Yep.
Thank you New York Knicks. We also got Jalen Duren in the first round as well. So and I seen Ivy, and I was like, okay, what I'm saying, if he falls to us, we gotta pick him. We gotta pick him. Kings selected who they selected. I said, oh, boom, pick is in. I said, you don't even have to. You don't even. I
Don't think
like
about it.
Jaden Ivy.
Just
Just
pick
do
that
it
button.
because don't second guess yourself. But I really like Ivy's game, and I really think he can. He's a really big, what I'm saying, really big wing, and I feel like he can definitely play on the same court as Cade Cunningham. I love
Yep.
Cade, obviously our number one overall pick from last year. I was a little skeptical when Cade first got drafted because I know I was a big Jalen Green fan. I just the boy can jump out the gym.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. His hops is crazy. But as I started to kind of watch, the games and stuff like that, Jalen Green is amazing. But I kind of see like a ceiling. Whereas with Cade, I feel like he can get better progressively. And he's bigger. He can be one of those bigger guards, for us. So I really like Cade's game. He's definitely a nice piece, and then to pair him with Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren, I think we have a nice young core, and we also got Jeremy Grant. We traded Jeremy Grant away, so it's really all about our young core. We don't really have
Hmm.
any veterans like that. We got some guys that can play. You look at Sadiq Bey, who had a 50-point game last season. I mean, I know, it's not a lot of cats in the NBA that just drop 50 points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's definitely something that, that we can work on. So I really like where the Pistons are going. If I do have one trepidation, I'm not the excuse me. I'm not the biggest fan of our head coach. He's cool, but if I'm gonna be honest, I think we need, we need like a great, like a young, somebody that can, really get our guys playing. Dwayne Casey, I mean, he's great, but if I'm gonna be honest, I think he's kind of, his voice is, I don't think is gonna resonate, with these young players and stuff like that. But I'll try to stay optimistic, but I would definitely like to go in a different direction with the head coach. But I love our young core, G Money. I'm really liking it.
So you don't think that he's a player coach overall?
It's not that I don't think he's a player coach. What I would say is that obviously he gets, he got a lot of credit, for what happened in Toronto and stuff. But if I'm gonna be honest, I mean, he never got over the hump. Now granted, he didn't have Kawhi Leonard, what I'm saying, like how Nick
Yeah.
Nurse did, but it just seemed like, okay, this is where he's going. Mind you, he won Coach of the Year and then just got fired, shortly after. Like,
Mhm.
not saying that, listen, firings happen all the time in the NBA, and usually when a team struggles or something happens, the head coach is usually the first to go. But I'm just saying, I think Dwayne's been in Detroit for so long. 'Cause remember, we've had him since we had Blake Griffin and Reggie Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just think, your voice can kind of get a little, and when I saw him, when the Pistons came to play the Magic, obviously I went to the game, and I'm sitting and I'm just watching him as a coach, watching his body language. I actually had floor seats to that game, and I was right next to the Pistons bench, so I
Ooh,
could just kind of
fire.
hear, some of the stuff, that he was saying, and it just seemed like, to me personally, it's just me. Again, I'm no expert, but he didn't have that fire in his belly. He didn't, what I'm saying, wasn't motivating the guys like I want. Like I said, we have a young team, so we need a coach that can, grasp these players and really, help mold them, into what, I think we're gonna be. So that's my only trepidation. Again, it's not a huge trepidation. Could he possibly change my mind and stuff like that? Of course, but as a real Pistons fan, that's my only, like, I'm not too sure.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. And I love the concern that you have for your own team, and especially the
Of
coaches.
course.
People, the fans of their own NBA teams, they don't really like put a lot of thought into the coaches. They think that it's all on the
True.
players, and they don't even put
Exactly.
thought into the front office, which the front office is the
Exactly.
one leading the damn charge, honestly, every
Exactly.
damn
Yep.
day. So that's
Hmm.
that's that's good that you have that concern for that. Now, I want to hear
Yeah.
if you got any concerns, because I know you think that King Cunningham's future has a lot of potential, and I agree with that.
Hmm. Yeah.
I just want to know what you think he's gonna do in his sophomore season, because there is a thing called the sophomore slump. So you think
True.
he's gonna go a little downhill before he goes uphill, or you think he's just gonna go straight uphill?
No, I think he's gonna gradually progress, because again, I think Cade is good. I think he's a very good ball handler. Doesn't make too many mistakes. If I'm not mistaken, I'm looking at my stats. I think he only averaged two and a half, 2.7 turnovers last year. So that's good. I like that. He's
Yeah,
not careless with the ball. He's not reckless. I like Caden, again, especially pairing him with Ivy. That could be a really good, I'm saying, nice tandem. Ivy can stroke it, I'm saying, he can pick and pop, I'm saying, or he can get to the hole. To me, I see Cade more as like a facilitator, because maybe his points per game might drop a little bit, just because I think he'll be able to facilitate more. Because now, like I said, with Jeremy Grant gone, there's no, like, let's be honest, Cade is the guy. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You know
now,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for sure.
Even though I think Ivy will, at his how he plays, will be a better player eventually than Cade, but Cade is that guy right now, because there's no Jeremy Grant. He's gone. Like I said, we don't have any veterans, like staunch veterans and stuff. So you got Cade. and stuff. You got Sadiq Bey, guys who played, you know what I'm saying, played. And we need to get fucking rid of Kelly Olynyk. Like, just get my
Get him
man.
out there. He wasn't good in
Yeah.
Miami. He's not good in Detroit. Get them out.
Listen, get him out of here. You feel me? So yeah, I think Cade, like I said, I think you might see his assist, and he's a very good rebounder too. You know, for his size and being at the guard, very good rebounder. So I think you might see a tick in the assist and the rebounds, maybe a drop, you know, a point or two in the points, because I think he's more of a facilitator. I see him more as a facilitator than like a score first point guard or anything. Now he can score though. He can score himself, but I think he's more of a facilitator. I think he'll be better in that role, honestly.
Yeah, and I think he really prides himself on his defense too, and that's what you really need in the NBA, bro. If you're a two-way player, you can play any type of basketball, man. Even if you're a small ball or a big ball, it doesn't matter. You can freaking play, man. So
you can.
Hopefully, he keeps going on with that defense. He gets way better at it because, man,
that's a fact.
He's gonna be a force, 100%.
And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, again, as a real fan, I want to see gradual increase. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously, you know, at the bottom of the league, you know, last year as far as, you know, games won and stuff like that. But if I can see gradual increases, you know what I'm saying? We start beating up on teams we're supposed to beat. You know, we have a season sweep of the Kings. You know, we beat the Orlando Magic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and we start making those strides, again, it's going to give the young guys nothing but confidence. You know what I'm saying? Definitely help that core group. And again, who knows, you know, Detroit, do not, you know, do one of these moves where we trade for, you know, a begrudging, you know, veteran and stuff like that. Yeah, that's how we got Blake. Yeah, that's how we got Blake Griffin. And obviously, you see, it didn't work out like that. You know, Reggie, even though I'm upset that he left, but at least Reggie was a little bit different. But yeah, and you always see now, one thing I know that you and I had discussed or whatever in talks with the Detroit Pistons, DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up next. You feel, I mean, obviously it was just a rumor going around. There was no trade talks yet. But do you feel like you guys would still want him or need him at this moment?
If I'm going to be honest, it depends. And it depends on what Phoenix wants, okay? I'm not interested in giving up my young core, because the reason being is because, let's be honest, DeAndre Ayton, a number 1 overall pick, you know, very skilled offensive. We know that. Maybe has a slight limitations on defense, but he can, you know, play defense and stuff like that. He's not Rudy Gobert, but, you know, he can play. He's a good big man. He's a solid big man. And my thing is, if we give up young core and we give up assets, because again, we're a young team. So we need those picks to build through the draft, and then, or we need those picks to trade for veterans that can come and kind of change, you know, our culture type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if we give that up to get DeAndre Ayton, that's good. I think that'll be a good move. But is DeAndre Ayton gonna want to be in Detroit? Let's be honest. We're not going to the finals. We're not going to the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? Where DeAndre Ayton just left. You know what I'm saying? He's had that taste. So he's going to want that. But now coming to Detroit, you're going to have to understand, look, this is a process. You know what I'm saying? We're low-key starting from the bottom, and we started last year. Once we picked Cade, now we're slowly, gradually moving up. Are you going to be okay with that? You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to be upset with the Pistons after 2 years, after 3 years of us not necessarily winning anything. And then you're going to want out. And it's like, damn, we gave up all of that. And now if we get, you know, just for an example, if we give up Ivy or we gave up Dern or whatever, and they're balling out now, you know, it's just like, damn, bro, we could have had that. You know what I mean? And now we just have another begrudging player who doesn't want to be in Detroit.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but let's go into DeAndre Ayton's mind, right? So you're playing with one of the, in my opinion, one of the greatest point gods in the NBA, Chris Paul, right? So you learned a lot from him when it comes to the pick and roll, when it comes to where to set yourself on defense and stuff like that. So you got this mentality, right? But Chris Paul is about to be out the door. He got like two or three more years in him. Yeah, you got Devin Booker, but Devin Booker's more of a Kobe Bryant type player. So he's not going to really be passing the ball out. He's not going to be a playmaker. He's going to be looking to score.
He's a scorer. Right?
So you got this mentality as a big man. You know how to play the game now. I mean, better. I'm not going to say now, but better. You know how to play the game better as a big man. You go to Detroit, right? You pair yourself up with Kate Cunningham and Jaden Ivey, two young core players for Detroit and
Mm-hmm.
future all-stars, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
All defensive team players, in my opinion, as well.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
go over there and you're young as well, too, because Aiden's like, what, 22, 23?
Mm-hmm.
So you go and you
Yeah.
build this relationship and chemistry with them. You
Okay.
do a 10-year stint. Next thing you know, down those 10 years, you guys are going to the playoffs, Eastern Conference, and maybe even the finals because you guys are going to be a young core and your contracts are not going to mesh up since you guys are obviously in different years. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. For him, I think it would be dope because if he goes now, let's say he gets traded to the Pistons, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think off rip, the Pistons are going to give him an extension. I feel like they would. I
Mm-hmm.
could be wrong, obviously,
Yeah.
but I feel like they would. So I think, honestly, in Aiden's mind, man, like you're like, yeah, I did this with Phoenix. Maybe I could do another year or two with Chris Paul and Book and try to
Mm-hmm.
get back and whatever. But man, you looking at just a short term goal or you
Mm-hmm.
looking for the long term goal?
No, and listen, G Money, you know basketball. You speaking facts. Again, my trepidation is what we have to give up in order
Yeah,
to get Aiton, because it's gonna have to be a sign and trade. I don't think the Phoenix Suns are gonna just let him walk for nothing, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't think that would be smart to do that. So what would we have to give up? If we could keep Ivy, okay, maybe trade Duran and some other pieces and a pick. Okay, now you're kind of, piquing my interest, but it just seems like to me, Phoenix is gonna want, something like I said, that Rudy
Hmm.
Gobert trade did not just affect the Timberwolves and the Jazz, that affected the entire league. Because now, like I said, what are big men going for? Now, granted, DeAndre Ayton defensively is not the player that Rudy Gobert is. I mean, Timberwolves paid a heavy price for defense, but offensively, there's no question. So
Yeah.
that's my thing. And then at the end of the day, you got to score points. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, you got to play defense too, but you got to score points. So what are the Suns going to really want? If the Suns, will take him for, like I said, Duran, maybe Sadiq Bey and a pick or something like that, and we can kind of keep that core, you have my interest, G Money. But if they want everything and we have to gut the whole team essentially, I don't think I'm necessarily a fan of that as a Pistons fan.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. Well,
Hmm.
hopefully we get to see you guys back in the playoffs because
That is a fact.
that Heat Pistons matchup in the early 2000s, that shit was
Oh yeah.
stressful. It was stressful.
Oh yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. I'm telling you that, especially that year y'all went to the finals, man. Had a nice little battle in the playoffs. You feel me?
Yeah,
That boy D Wade. Oh my
we
God, bro.
swept the first two series, and then when we got to the Pistons, Game 7,
Mm-mm.
just like '05,
That's a
it
fact.
was crazy,
Yup.
crazy shit.
Yep. Man, that shit's crazy, bro. And I'm just like, damn. Like, bro, the Pistons really had a squad, bro. I
Yeah,
remember when LeBron scored 27 straight, bro. That's
in
when
that
I knew
fourth quarter.
LeBron
Yeah,
was. That's when I knew LeBron was. What I'm saying, I knew he was that dude, but like that solidified it for me because against us, we're the number one defense in the NBA for like 4 or 5 years straight.
mm-hmm,
Come
mm-hmm.
on, man. That boy, that LeBron is that's a bad man, man.
Nah,
LeBron is
yeah.
a bad man. Listen, hey, LeBron, come to Detroit, man. Listen, listen. Oh, matter of fact, this is what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna draft Bronny, okay? We'll draft Bronny, and LeBron, you come, and then boom, we good. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
We
hey,
good.
you guys got a super tank, boy. Because I think this is the last year that Bronny before he goes into the league. So, right?
Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he's a senior in high school, and then he has to go to college for 1 year, and then the NBA.
Oh, okay.
So
'Cause I thought he
yeah.
was already a senior because I think I saw like some prom pictures or shit, some shit like that. Unless it was his girl's senior year. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I got to look it up, but I could have sworn I thought he was a senior this year. Then he's got one more, and then so. But we'll see. Listen, I would love
Yeah.
that. But to tell you the truth, as much as obviously it'd be crazy to see them on the same team, I want to see them guard each other. I ain't gonna lie. Can you imagine like that photo of like
That'd be sick.
LeBron,
Hell yeah.
LeBron guarding Bronny or Bronny guarding his dad? Bro, that would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Yeah. But how
Yep.
dope is it that best player in the league
Yep.
getting you're a Billy on the court. You're playing basketball and you're getting a Billy, bro. And then you can make the decision to play with your son in a fucking league that's the best in the world.
Oh my
That's
goodness, that's
insane, bro.
crazy.
It's
That's
insane.
crazy. And could you imagine? And just imagine if like Bryce was just a little bit older, he could have had two sons. You know what I'm saying? But I think Bryce is only. I think he's going into
His
his
freshman year, I
freshman or
think.
sophomore.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think freshman year. So that's out the question. But Bronny, oh man, that would be crazy. Like if you could get a still shot of LeBron guarding Bronny or Bronny guarding LeBron, it'd be crazy. I'd definitely put that in my room. I would hang that up for sure. I
Yeah.
listen. I can't wait to have kids G Money and tell them, bro. Like I watch history. You know what I'm saying? Like
Literally.
look,
Fucking
I
Ray
watched
Allen
it
in the
all the time.
corner shot.
Oh
Bang!
my god,
What?
dang, bro, how? Bro, that's crazy. I was in a day room full of people watching that, bro, and I'm telling, bro, it was crazy.
Yeah,
I was
man.
so nervous because I had the Heat. I had the Heat in 7 in that series, and I was like, damn, bro. And a lot of people don't remember they what was it? I think it was like however many seconds was left in that fourth when the Spurs I think were up 5 or whatever. They were bringing like the champagne and the no, I mean not the
Yep.
champagne, the
The
hats.
trophy,
Yeah, the
and everything.
trophy and the
Yeah.
hats and the shirt. And I said, damn, the Spurs again, fam.
No, and then people
Ray Allen.
forget too that we went into overtime that game.
Yep. Yes, y'all did.
So it's like it's not that Ray Allen made that and I said, oh, game 7. No.
No.
It was that we had to go to a different quarter. And
Yeah.
obviously the
Exactly.
Spurs, the momentum that just killed them.
Yeah.
It's not gonna bring them back.
At all. But then, I mean, LeBron showed out game 7 too. Let's not
Oh
forget.
yeah.
Then
Yeah.
they had to win game 7. It wasn't like game 6 was it. But yeah, man, good times, bro. So much good basketball back
Yeah,
in the day,
man.
man.
I
Oh
fucking
my
love
god,
basketball,
bro.
dog. God
Bro,
damn.
I love basketball, bro. I love basketball.
Later on, when I get my own show, boy, I just talk straight basketball. I'm gonna have you on. We're gonna be in the
That's a
studio
fact, bro.
set up, boy, drinks and everything. What?
That's a fact, bro. Listen, and I will come on your show as much as you'll have me. Bro. I could talk
Yeah, for
hoops
sure,
all
for sure.
day, every single day, man. No cap. G Money.
Yeah, man. Hey, 2 things before we get out of here, right?
All right.
First thing, thank you for your service, man. I'm like
You're
there's
welcome.
people out there, like a lot of controversy going on in the United States right now, man. But at the end of the day, I feel like everybody should respect the people that go out there and actually do the hard work for our country, man. Because we out here just kicking back, getting drinks, smoking little guns and chilling, while others are out there literally putting their lives at risk, man. So
Yeah.
like, how many tours did you do?
I did too. I was in for 7 years, did too. I was in Kuwait and I was also in Afghanistan as well. So, you
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
crazy. That's crazy,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
But nah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome, G Money. And like I said, bro, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It ain't even nothing. Yeah, I did that, but listen, I'm a God first, just like you. You feel me? Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? We put our pants on the same way, you feel me? So,
Yeah. No, for
yep.
sure. One day at school, whenever you have time or whatever, I'm gonna sit down with you, buy you a little something, and we gonna talk about some war stories. Cause bro, I
Oh,
love all that shit.
listen, bro, I got some war stories for you, man.
I bet.
Yep.
And last thing, man. Hey, you got any plugins, any social medias that you want people to follow you, man? Go ahead. This is your time.
Yes, please. So I don't only just do sports. I also, dibble and dabble into some other things. I have a podcast and I also have a YouTube page. Make sure you go subscribe to my YouTube page. Honey and the Monster, Mosster TV. Okay, Honey and the Monster TV. Go subscribe to that, and Honey and the Monster on Instagram, man. Y'all check out my page. Show love and stuff like that. That's like the human side, what I'm saying, that I actually do regular stuff, not just sports, even though sports is my life. But
yeah. No, that last Miami clip, that shit was hilarious, boy.
Oh man, listen, bro, G Money is fun. I gotta get you on there, man. So do a little public interview.
Bro, the next time you plan to go out there, just give me a little like month in advance or a few weeks in advance, and I'll tell my girl, let's go out to Miami this weekend, and then we'll do something a little down there. We'll collab for sure.
Oh, yeah. For sure, bro. It's all about that, man. All about networking. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guys,
Yes, sir.
you know where you can follow me. Twitter at GeorgeMike Perez, IG, TikTok, and YouTube at GMike Media _. And the podcast itself, the audio version, is under the G Perspective on all podcast platforms. Hey, Moss, thank you, man. I appreciate you. For sure, you're going to come back on the show. There's no doubt.
For sure.
There's no doubt.
Thank you, G Money, for having me on the show, man. Listen, it's an honor and film. You already know, bro. You know, we done been cool since, you know what I'm saying, we done met at Full Sail. So I appreciate you having me on the show, man. Thank you. So it's an honor.
Yeah, for sure. That wrestling idol that we did, that shit.
Oh, bro, that shit was hilarious, bro. That's where the name Dickie Moss came from. You feel me?
And G Money, the same shit.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
All right, my boy.
All right, bro. Listen, take care, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right.